Welcome back, family. Hey, we're going to be looking at the final order cutoff lists for December 4th, 2023. Now, Previews World is acting a little bit funky at the time of this recording, which is actually Wednesday night. I don't see Marvel anywhere. I have seen this happen in the past where entire comic book companies will be not showing up, usually when the release date is right around a holiday. I don't know if this is going to clear up or not, but it is possible that it'll go right through and you won't see any Marvel books for Final Order Cutoff. So if you're looking for Marvel books, you may have to go into the monthly and make sure that your books are ordered. I apologize, but it's their site, not mine. Okay, so a little bit of background on what we do here. We will point out any new books that are going to be dropping, new series, whether it's a one-shot, a limited series, or a full new run. I'd point out all the number 2s. So this way, if you did pick up number 1 up, liked it, it's your reminder to see either subscribe or jump in and order number 2. I'm not going to go for number 3s, 5s, 12s, and everything else. If there's a really cool artwork or a first appearance of somebody, I try to, if I know about it, I will point that out as well to you. This is just a service to try to help you guys know what's, so you're not standing there on New Comic Book Day going, dang, I didn't know about this, I missed it. If you know of something that I missed, please drop it in the comments down below, not just for me, but for everybody else that watches the video. But without further ado, let's jump into this list. Boom, bang. From Boom Studios, we are getting Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Black and White Edition number 1, cover A. Woof, that's a mouthful. Anyway, there are other copies, other versions of this, but this is the cover A, just to let you know that we have the storyline coming out. We have, there is a cover E. As you can see, there's other covers. This one says it's a reveal. Now, it looks like Shredder on there, but maybe it's something, I don't know. I'm not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reader, but whether it's just a new character, whether it's a new character or a return of a character, I don't know, but it is a reveal. So if you like reveal books and you like Mighty Morphin and you like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and you like the black and white editions, this is your final order cutoff for this particular book. Next up, we have Disney Villains coming from Dynamite Studios. It's coming out with Cruella de Vil. This is the cover A. I'm not really crazy about it, but I do love Cruella, so we'll have to see how it goes. There are other versions of this as well. Just so you know, that number 2 is dropping the same day. They're taking the page from Disney Plus and they're dropping multiple issues at the same time. Yeah, so cover number 1 and number 2, both in stores on January the 3rd. So if you don't want to miss it, or you want to make sure that you lock in your copies, cover A's of number 1 and number 2 will both be in store the same week. Next, we've got Justice Ducks, Darkwing Duck Justice Ducks, and there are, again, multiple covers of this. This is number 1. I don't know if this is going to be a limited series or what. It doesn't say. I don't think it's going to be a one-shot, but it is only $3.99. If you like your Darkwing stories and you want to get something separate, another storyline, then you might want to pick this one up. Yes, Dynamite is coming out with Lilo and Stitch. Yes, my boy Stitch. Love it. Yes. There are a bunch of different covers on this, including a metal cover, which is $100. And honestly, I tried to order it, but Visions, it said that Visions is not accepting orders for this. It's also coming out in February. Maybe they just don't put in their final order cutoff accepting books that are $100. I'll talk to them next time I get into the store and find out. But yes, this is the cover A, which of course I've ordered. And the cover B is by Nakayama. He's got his phone and ice cream. Yeah, I wonder if David Nakayama ever thought to himself, I can't wait to draw a Stitch comic book, But it looks like he did a pretty good job of it. Loading. This is the metal premium. Like I said, it's $100. So it looked kind of like a Virgin variant, but it is pressed on, it's funny, it says 020 thick. This is 20 thousandths of an inch, also known as 2/100ths of an inch. When you're in 20 thousandths is a gauge of steel, gauge of sheet metal. To put it in context, 020 would be about the equivalent of a backing board, in that range. Maybe about 6 or 7 sheets of paper. This is what I do for a living, so not printing, but deal with different thicknesses of metals. So yeah, I think I'm gonna pull a trigger and get this, because this it's a Stitch thing, so we'll see. It definitely won't be part of the new comic book day giveaway if I get it though. Sorry. From Dynamite also, we've got Vampirella Dead Flowers. Oh, why did I click that one? Number 4. I shouldn't have done that. I thought that was a number 1. Need a new prescription. Moving into the... I did look at DC, the books that they had listed. There are no new series. There are no number 2s. And there was nothing really of interest. Now, I know Greg is going to be shouting, going, Green Lantern number 8! Yes, okay, there you go. Green Lantern number 8. That was for you, Greg. Okay, so moving into just the generic comic book category now. A Haunting on Mars number 2. If you like number 1, there's your second book. Adventure Man Ghost Lights number 1 from Image Comics. $3.99. So we've got a new story arc. So I guess it's Adventure Man, and then the story arc is Ghost Lights. If you like Adventure Man, you want a new story arc, and also only $3.99 for a comic, there you go. From Dark Horse, we have Assassin's Apprentice 2, number 2. If you like number 1, there you go. From Massive, okay, this is Assassin's Creed Visionaries, number 1 of 4, the cover L, Second Chance. Now, I didn't see any other letters, A, B, C, or anything else. Maybe this book I think this book already came out, but it's $4.99. Final order due December 4th, in shops January 3rd. Just bear in mind that there are a few different Christmas comics, that Christmas covers that are in this week's final order. Just remember, everyone that you see, the delivery date is going to be after Christmas. So nothing wrong with that. You can buy it, but if you're counting on it as a present, you're not going to have it in time. So make sure whenever you've got to see the in shops down below. Okay. Don't waste you guys getting there the week before Christmas saying, "Oh, but I need it for my nephew Timmy." From Massive Comics, we have Basic Instinct number 2. From Image, Bloodrick number 2 of 3. So if you like Bloodrick, the first one, and you want to order it, don't forget. Borealis number 2 from Dark Horse Comics. Good artwork on that, by the way. Seeing a lot of 2s here. Crave number 2. And actually, I just picked up this week. You would have seen if you went to a new comic book day, Crave number 1 for me to read. So I haven't read it yet because this is Wednesday. If that's good, I'm going to jump on and probably order this one myself. We'll see. Starting to get to a manageable number of tabs here. From the Legacy edition of Scout Comics, we have Fisheye number 1. I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of the Legacy books being $5. Greenhorns number 2. If you like the first issue from Keen Spot Entertainment, this is your wake-up call to order number 2. Holmes and Houdini number 1 of 3. Zenoscope Entertainment. There are a few different covers here that are all you can see the images for. It's kind of funny that they don't have the cover reveal on final order cutoff day of cover A. So from Alien Books, we have Machine Girl and the Space Hell Angels. I think if they put Hell Angels on it, then they might have hit a copyright infringement, because I think they copyrighted the name Hell's Angels now. But it's a $10 book. If it's something that you're interested in, go right ahead. Masterpiece number 2 from Dark Horse. So if you got number 1 and you liked it, there it is. Whoop, there it is. My Little Pony's Kentucky Roller Derby number 1. There's a couple of different covers of this as well. I'm not a My Little Pony reader, but I know there must be a lot of people out there that are, because they're printing them from IDW. From Dark Horse, we have Mortal Terror number 2, cover A. Mullet Cop number 1, Scout Legacy Edition again. $5.99 on the Legacy Edition. But yeah, the original ones all had the pastels as the color backgrounds. It was an interesting story. It was. So if you never had a chance to read it and you can't pick up a copy, I thought there might still be some on the website, but Miss Dragon's Guard one-shot, cover A from Zenoscope Entertainment, $6.99. It's funny, their regular cover A is a Virgin variant, so actually it does look kind of good. That pops, that color there. So Nadia Nomobots number 2 is another one that I picked up this week that I have to read as number 1. But from Opus Comics, we've got number 2 of Nadia Nomobots. Our Bones Dust, number 2 of 4 from Image Comics. Packlist number 0. This is even earlier than number 1. I hate when they make comic books number 0. Zero is the absence of value. So, anyway. And usually comic books are too. So it's Image Comics, Packlist number 0. Don't know if they're in this special standalone issue. So this is not an ongoing series. If you want to pick it up, go right ahead. Sonic the Hedgehog Fang Hunter number 1, cover A. I know there's a lot of Sonic readers out there. IDW keeps printing them for you guys. The Unnatural Order number 2, cover A, Rodriguez. That was from Vault Comics. Next up, we've got the Van Helsing Annual, Bride of the Night, cover A. I don't know if this falls under the same category as Marvel and DC annuals and everybody else's annuals, but general rule of thumb, if you're subscribed to a book, you don't get annuals or giant size or special editions in your subscription. So if you are a Van Helsing reader and you want to make sure and even if you subscribe, you want to make sure you get this, make sure you drop click on the order button and get that into your pull box. The Van Helsing Vampire Hunter, number 1 of 3. This is the cover A. There's a couple of different covers. She's reminding me of Zatanna there. Got 2 more left. We've got Von Bach, number 1 from Scout Comics. At least it's not a Legacy Edition. You know, it's funny. It's not a Legacy Edition, and it's actually cheaper than the Legacy Editions. And last one on the list is the Previews Guide itself, number 424. I had to throw it out there. It's got the Nakayama Lilo and Stitch right there on the cover. So I know there's a lot of Lilo and Stitch fans out there. Let's bombard the world with as much animated Stitch as possible before the live action comes out and ruins everything. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So let's get back to full screen here. Hey! So, again, I did not see any Marvel. I did not see any... I didn't see a category for Marvel. And I did not see DC. Anything that was a number 2, a number 1, or cool art or first appearance or anything really noteworthy. There's just your standard books that are coming out every single week. If you're already subscribed, if you're already reading them, you already know about them. I'm going to pause this and just give it one last check. Yep, it's not there. You can see I've got my Boom Studios, DC Comics, Dynamite, comics and graphic novels, and then books and trading cards, toys, collectibles, games, merchandise. There's no category for Marvel, and it's odd. But again, I have seen this in the past when it comes to certain, when it comes around the holidays, and this is going to be the one where it's right at Christmas as they're mailing it out. So it is what it is, I'm sure if you go to the monthly, you can go through and find the ones you want. But that's just way too big a list for me to do for you guys. I'm sorry. It would just be way too long a video. Guys, thank you so much for joining, though. If there's any books, like I said, any books or even anything that's on the previous guide that I've missed, I would love it if you dropped it in the comments, not just for my knowledge, for anybody else that wants, that pulls books that might say, oh, shoot, Rich missed this. I'm glad so-and-so told me this. Guys, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Click on those notifications so you know when more videos are dropping. Don't forget to check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/TeamOhana. It's only $3 a month and you get free books. Right? How do you go wrong with that? Instagram, we have Team Ohana Family. We've got our podcast. Any place we go get your podcast, just look up Team Ohana. We have our back issue book club. I think we're coming up on episode number 50. This is cool. I am going to be on Rob's Fat Sacks of Comics for Only Slabs on December 30th. So right about the time that these books are going to be coming out, I'm going to be on his live show showing my top acquisitions from 2023. And we're going to have some nice fun there to finish up the year. I love those guys. I really do. Best mustache in comics. I believe that's about it. Guys, I want to thank you so much for joining. And until I see you in the next video, mahalo.